Hi, I'm Alec, a sales engineer here at Pixalate. I'm based out of San Jose, California. I've been with the company for 4 years, and today we're going to be taking a deeper look at the media ratings terminal, specifically the discovery module for CTV apps. Before we jump into the tool and go over some use cases itself, we want to highlight some helpful information when it comes to the media ratings terminal. This tool can be used for assessing inventory, prospecting, looking at areas of performance, and finding new partners to work with. It's based on our global pool of data and aggregated to form different levels of observations based on areas such as risk, IBT, viewability, privacy and compliance, brand safety, and more. Some of the use cases we'll be tackling today would include creating inclusion or exclusion lists, identifying specific sellers or publishers to work with, pulling developer information, pulling blocklisted or delisted apps, and creating preset filters for future use. Now let's jump into the dashboard. As we noted, we're going to be going over the discovery module specifically for connected TV. We're going to jump into some of the use cases and breakouts for the categories, dimensions, and metrics. Before we do so, we can talk about a little bit more of the scope, which includes Roku Store, Amazon Fire TV Store, Samsung, and tvOS. We also have regional breakouts for data. You can see here we include spoofing as a part of the IBT or fraud metrics. This is important for CTV as there can be often more direct partnerships compared to other mediums such as mobile or websites. Because of this, you can parse out data to include or exclude spoofing if you do have that direct relationship, as it's much less likely to happen in that type of transaction. As we make our way over to the categorical breakouts, we can start with the preset reports, which is a helpful starting point. Pixalate has created these list of apps based off of app age. When it comes to the other breakouts, we obviously have the store category and then other overarching areas such as risk, publisher, developer, and app. When touching on these areas, there are some key CTV metrics such as server-side ad insertion. This refers to an instance where an intermediary or proxy is used to further enhance the user experience by pre-caching the app or the ad. And in that sense, we can also open the opportunity for new IVT types and fraud. Because of this, we also report on transparent SSAI or server-side ad insertion, which highlights areas that have passed along other identifiers for a user so we can validate that the impression has landed on the end user's device. There's other areas such as compliance and privacy making its way in the form of COPPA or child privacy risk. We have made for advertising risk and also brand safety content risk. The other important areas will include, as we noted, app age, parental hint to let you know certain audiences you could be directed to, and also CBAA compliance, which ties to the 21st adoption of access to certain demographics and people. When you are looking at a certain set of filters that you'd like to apply, i.e. for an inclusion or exclusion list, you can start actually by typing them in the search bar here. When talking about an inclusion list, this usually is tied to a certain set of dimensions or metrics that fall in line with performance or business needs on the positive side, whereas exclusion might fall on the negative or less likely to perform side. So we can start on the inclusion side and work with certain metrics such as IVT percentage, keeping that threshold to 10% and below. We can also look, as noted before, at brand safety risk, making sure that's low, and also content. If we want to ensure privacy policy at the app and developer level is in place, we can also put that in. And you can see the list continues to dwindle from there. Once you've gotten to a list in terms of the performance or overview that you're impressed with, you can then also look at a list view and include additional details such as the category, the app ID or top bundle IDs associated with it, and even the developer's website. When you'd like to download for further information, you can also hit the download as a CSV button here. If you wish to upload, simply create a single CSV list with one column, including the app or bundle ID. We can now show you what a CSV download looks like in this helpful file. As you can see, there's a couple columns here, including app and title, and it goes on which registers with the different UI dimensions and metrics we've already showed you. An important call out here would be the top 5 bundle IDs associated with the given app. This can be important when looking at channel distributors, as you want to parse out different channels underneath that given app or bundle ID. Going back to the discovery module, we can clear the filters here. And as noted before, we can drill down to an actual publisher or seller. If you have a trusted seller in mind, you could simply filter for that and also look at a given developer. Important to call out, we can also filter for apps that either do or do not currently exist in their given app store. And as you can see here, we've dwindled that app list down to 8. Once you're satisfied with that number and the performance that you have, you can always save as a preset and go back in for future use to look at how that performance has changed over time. We hope today's information was helpful. In future videos, we'll go into more detail on how to leverage discovery for domains, and we'll also go over CTV app insights in greater detail. With Pixalate's Media Ratings Terminal, you can create and evaluate inventory at scale to meet performance as well as business needs. If you'd like to learn more, contact your dedicated sales representative today for further information.